Unbelievable effort by the team. Merrimack, very good, very physical team, and we had to deal with that for 40 minutes. But I think we handled it a lot better in the second half, and we were able to knock down some shots and, scored a basketball, 42 points in the second half. Just unbelievable. I think we got back to sharing the ball, moving the ball, and staying in attack mode.
Yeah. So I think you could kind of tell that was, for the people watching, that was a rematch game, considering they came out and threw a pretty good first punch. What does it take in a game like that to kind of settle in and just continue to chip away at an early deficit and then get back on top?
Yeah, it took a lot of composure, and it just took a lot of composure on everybody's part, but mainly Kaya's part. I think she controlled the tempo of the game very, very well, and just, especially in the second half, I think we're a lot more patient because she was a lot more patient and understood some of the mismatches, and we were able to see it a lot better because we were a lot more composed.
Yeah. So, facing the halftime deficit, and then it seemed like coming out of the halftime, the defensive intensity, even though it was great to begin with, was ratcheted up even more. 2 blocks on that first possession. What's the message in the halftime locker room, and how do you kind of regain that momentum after facing an early deficit?
Yeah, we changed our defense. We started out zone, we started playing a little bit man, and then it was just locking in on our personnel. They've got unbelievable shooters on their team. Kaylee is unbelievable shooter, so I think we just locked in and understood, personnel. We weren't running out at 9 3-point shooters and letting them get in the paint where they could just kick it. So that was a halftime talk. It's just, okay, we're going to go man, so let's understand what people do offensively.
Yeah. And that third quarter, just scoring-wise, your team was in a groove and obviously getting a lot of stops defensively. What you see in that third quarter that, was positive that you thought was different than maybe what was going on in the first half?
I probably stopped talking. I gave them a little bit more freedom. We're a motion team. I think that they were able to just move the ball and find the seams. And, like I said, Kaya did an unbelievable job of just getting us in our offense. And, we just talked about cutting to the basket and things, some small things that I think we were able to do in the second half and just capitalize on those.
Yeah. So, in your 3 years as the program's leader, the team's done really well in those matchups. When you're playing a team the second time around after beating them the first time, what goes into the prep for those games? Is it different? Is it, are you watching more film, or what goes into the prep when you're facing a team for the second time around?
Yeah, I think this one was tough because we only had 3 games in between, and so this was a little bit tougher. It's not like I had another, set of games, like 5 or 6 games in between. So this one was a little bit tougher. We just saw them, they kind of knew us, we knew them. So it was more about who was going to execute, and I think just finding those small things that we needed to be better at that we weren't as good as in the first game.
Yeah. So obviously, just like last week, a really quick turnaround. Playing a home game, travel day, and then another game. 5-1 in conference now. What are some of the keys, going forward in conference play that's going to allow the team to continue this success?
Yeah, I think we learned a lot last week from our back-to-back games. I think, we're going to get some rest tonight. We're going to get hydrated, be mindful of what we're doing on the court tomorrow, probably a lot more film. But, with that experience, hopefully we can figure out how to get another win on the road.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Yep.